position to capture gets that huge advantage, and that's often defined by the first flex support to get Coalescence. And that's going to be a matchup between Dogman and Bebe here. The first kill on Doomfist can be obviously the defining factor too. The Doomfist players have to approach the point, so it's not easy to set up a rocket punch at the start of the fight.
Hear the cheers coming out from the fans here in the Blizzard Arena. They are ready to kick off this playoffs. I am as well, so let's go ahead and jump into the action as the gates open. See right now, just going to be mirrored coming through. As they push forward over towards the point. 15 seconds on lock as that poke damage starts coming in. Ursa going in for the first punch, manages to pin him to the wall. Rhea falling low, and Baby Bay is there to scoop the kill. So first blood going the way of the Atlanta Reign. Another punch, this time on a Gushway. Softening up that Orisa, a dive into the back of the seismic slam, but it's a bit of an overcommitment for Ursa, so it does get taken down by Bazzi, but the damage is done. Atlanta Reign will be able to get the first cap.
So they get the first kills coming through there. Airster does get traded back, but he'll be able to rejoin very quickly. The Coalescence doesn't become a factor in this first fight because it doesn't go the distance as many control opening points will in that neutral fight. Dogman and Bebe tied right now in ult charge, so that's going to be how this next fight goes once they do finish this off. Airster would love to get that opening pick, though, to prevent them from even having the chance to challenge. And he's going for it now.
Yep, looking for it. They hold him together. He gets a lot of damage dealt, but can't quite get an execution onto somebody, so Hangzhou Spark just going to be topping everybody up. Dogman, in the meantime, going to be using that Coalescence as Bebe goes ahead and matches him. Baby Bay will be taken down. Punch for punch there. Ursa hits the ground. It's going to be staying there as IDK manages to find the kill. And this looks like a flip for the Spark. Very fast one if they can get this done. Atlanta Reign trying to hold on as long as they can. They can buy a decent bit of time. It seems like around 50% is where it's going to lie as the point gets ready to go over into the hands of the Spark.
Yeah, I'm also buying a good amount of time there. The real turning point in that fight was the fact that Airster wasn't able to get the pick. He went in too deep, and when you use your rocket punch, most of your mobility is gone. That gives the defensive Coalescence the advantage because you're trying to back off, you're trying to retreat, but you don't have that escape. Hangzhou took the defensive Coalescence fight. Ultra traded in their favor now, and they've got the point back.
Just gonna have to see how the Reign will re-approach this one. Beats about to be available. Yep, Massa now has his online, so sound barrier is up for both of these teams. Another punch going for Bazzi, but he's gonna be hit with an accretion, so cannot get that rocket punch executed on. Gravitic Flux comes in from Gator. Looking for some kills. Gushway so far gonna be the first one to fall. The sound barrier coming in a little bit too late from IDK. Now Gravitic Flux out from the Atlanta Reign. Massa instantly drops a beat, but Gator's still gonna be taken down. See the Death Blossom in from Baby Bay looking to take down Rhea, but he just says no. Denies all of that damage away with his shift ability. Bazzi, however, will get picked off. An all-out brawl here on the points. The Hangzhou Spark look to take the lead, and they will be able to do so as they clean up the Atlanta Reign. The fight does not go their way. They maintain control.
Baby Bay's had quite a few of these Death Blossoms that have turned losing fights around. But when you look at the raw numbers, you know, the Deaths talked about it earlier, 10% of the time, they're able to take a fight where they've lost the first member. Very low statistic, lowest in postseason at the moment. And I gotta say, you know, that the ultimate being used here is gonna be a huge tool the Atlanta Reign wish they had now on the approach when there's no sound barrier. And that's expensive. You know, you can turn these fights sometimes, but it's not working out for Baby Bay here.
Yeah, need to be timing that kinetic grasp to make sure that you can actually get the Death Blossom damage in. Pokepo getting poked down. It's gonna be Ursa who does fall first. Rhea flying up into their faces, just throwing in those shields. Pokepo trying desperately to hide in the corner, but he's been spotted. Accretion not going to hit, but they still will be able to hound down the kills onto Gator. Good staggers there for the Hangzhou Spark. Suddenly we're at 90% for them. As they look to close this out, both support ultimates about to be online as well.
Pokepo has to return here with a Wrecking Ball. They're going to look for that disruption. Coalescence is available, as you say.
Punched away from the point. Can they tag? He's trying to get there. They uppercut him off of it, but they do manage to get in, but Pokepo will go down in the end. Coalescence now going to be used by Bebe. Sound barrier as well stacked in, just looking to seal the deal on this fight, and they do so. They zone them back off the point. They buy
enough time for OT to bleed away in the first round. Busan goes the way of the Spark.
When we look back in time, Baby Bay using that Death Blossom really cost the Atlanta Reign a lot of opportunity to re-engage on the point when they didn't have support ultimates available. You know, they didn't have the sound barrier that IDK was holding, and Rhea is able to just utilize the Gravitic Flux after the fight is already over. The Hangzhou Spark, after winning that previous fight, where Baby Bay did use that ultimate, they had ult economy advantage for the rest of the map and got to dictate fights accordingly. The defensive Coalescence is always the more powerful one. And we'll see here as we head into what could be our last round of Busan, if once again Bebe can lead in that regard. We are going to see mirror compositions again, as you'd expect. This is the meta after all. Flanking Doomfist here from Bazzi, a bit greedy. Doesn't commit.
Just waiting for his opportunity here. Holt's going to be used instead. He's trying to find the kill onto Gator, but the punch does not connect, so he's got to use his combo to get himself out. Urges up another punch, goes forward. Quite aggressively, gets halted back in, but he actually manages to make it out with a sliver of HP remaining. Godsby takes down Pokebo. Everyone was so focused on trying to eliminate Bazzi. They do manage to find him in the end as Baby Bay gets forced into that Wraith Walk. Dogman going to be using his Coalescence, builds it up first, uses it aggressively. Point is unlocked. Baby Bay drops down, contested there for the moment. The rest of the team starting to join in. Godsby finds the kill onto the opposing Reaper. Urster gets rid of IDK, however, further delaying that sound barrier and giving Masa a bit more room to work with. They push forward, they have that Coalescence coming in, and Gator can do nothing to mitigate the damage, even with a Kinetic Grasp.
And Godsby, look at his ult charge compared to Baby Bay's. He did so much more damage because Pokeball was picked early. There's no barrier there to mitigate that damage. There's no peel, and Godsby just does tons of damage, despite the fact that Dogman got Coalescence first. They couldn't convert it into any kills. And look at Baby just grabbing some more ult charge here in this choke point. Godsby's got the Death Blossom. They have to respect it.
They're splitting out different sides. Kinetic Flux is ready to go. Creation goes forward, doesn't find a stun. Barriers coming up as they go ahead and try to push their way back. That's going to be the sound barrier in response to the Flux. A few members going to be hitting the ground. Rhea, however, getting focused down. They pull him back in. So much shielding being committed to Rhea, but it's just not enough. They cannot keep him alive. He'll get taken down in the end. Everybody else on the side of the Spark going to be contained inside the little cubby here in the side of the point. Godsby goes in with a Death Blossom, but doesn't manage to find anything. Urster's still going to get cleaned up, and Godsby comes back in. Post-ultimate takes down Pokemon. Now Baby Bay hosed down by Baby with the Coalescence, and Atlanta Rain will be held off. The Spark will retain control of this point, now at 60%.
Godsby was able to make that Death Blossom more valuable than Baby Bay was on the previous round, down a member. Hangzhou Spark had the better win rate in those team fights. They're turning so many of these with the DPS players. Rhea absorbed a lot of the damage, goes down, but they convert that into a kill. Very well played on the side of the Hangzhou Spark, just kind of playing passively and hitting the go button right when they need it, right when Atlanta Rain's just a bit overextended.
There's just so much of a focus on Rhea. They didn't really have anything else for the rest of the team.
Exactly.
Cost them dearly. Have ultimates coming online now. Dogman again going to be starting off with the Coalescence. And Urster goes in with a massive seismic slam. We'll just take down two, then gets the uppercut onto Rhea. That will be the cleanup here. Absolutely massive combo there from the Atlanta Rain. Still looking to get the flip on the point, but it's just a matter of time. Baby Bay buys a little bit more. It's in overtime, but Rain do get the flip, and they still have ultimates to hold this.
The big ult advantages for the Rain are the Death Blossom and the Gravitic Flux. Bebe does have the Coalescence available, so that's going to be one of the great engagement tools for the Hangzhou Spark. If they look like they're getting a pick, or even if Bazzi gets just an opening one, they can commit that and try to turn the fight. They may just try to bait these out.
Baby just caught out by himself, just gets punched. Huge Gravitic Flux coming through, however, the Wraith Walk will save Godsby for the moment. Meteor strikes out from both teams. Will be Rhea going down, will be Urster taken down in response. Second Meteor Strike comes up with that kill. Pokemon trying to retreat over onto the point will be cut down as the Hangzhou Spark push forward, look to flip this one and close out Busan in a convincing fashion. The flip will be there, and with two members still dead, both main tanks waiting to respawn. Baby goes in, uses the Death Blossom, manages to find one as Bazzi does get eliminated, but it's at the cost of three. Both supports gonna go down. They get the pile driver in onto the point, this Pokemon. But he needs to last. He needs to buy a lot more time, and I don't think he's going to be able to do so. He'll get finished off here in the end by Godsby. They clean up Gator, and that should be OT ticking away for a 2-0 start
To the series on Busan.